Bryce, do you want to play in the preseason?
Really, I trust in the coaching staff. They have our best interests at heart. Obviously, they manage the team. They know what they're doing. So, for me and for us, we trust whatever it is that they want to do, and whatever their coaches' calls are, we're gonna be ready for that.
How comfortable do you feel if you go into the regular season without playing in a preseason game? How comfortable are you with what you grasp of the offense and where you are?
Yeah, I'll be comfortable either way. Again, I know that they're not just waking up and rolling the dice. There's a reason for everything. They're very calculated in what they're doing. They have our best interests at heart. They know what's best. They've had a lot of success throughout at different places. The staff, they're very knowledgeable. They know what they're doing. So I'll be confident whatever the call is.
Bryce, from a concept standpoint, how different is this offense than last year's offense?
Yeah, there's some differences for sure. It's football at the end of the day. There's always going to be carryover, going to be similarities, but there's definitely differences, a lot of differences in the nuances of how we do things operationally. Specifics in routes. There are some new concepts as well, but at the end of the day, there's going to be new little wrinkles and different details, but football is football. We all do variations of the same thing in this league, and you'll get one-offs, you'll get certain things, but for the most part, you're going to get a lot of carryover. So for us, really, we make sure we take pride in the execution of it, making sure we make it our own, embrace what it is the coaches are telling us, and then try to execute at the highest level as possible.
Bryce, having not played the last 2 weeks, not sure if you'll play this week, does that make you approach practice any differently, or meetings like just trying to maybe facilitate some of that game stuff?
Not at all. Regardless of what's going on this week, what's the same thing that's happened these last 2 weeks. From my perspective and us as an offense, we want to attack every single practice with everything we have. Make sure that we can grow as much as we can. The coaches do a great job of simulating a lot of scenarios. They've done that throughout training camp. They've done that now of, having different periods, having different scenarios, trying to make things game-like. And this was even before, when we first got in. So for us, it's making sure we can get the most out of that, no matter what. And that's going to be the same thing throughout the season. We're not going to base it on, what game plan we have in or who we're playing, what the circumstances are. Obviously we can't get in the habit of doing that. So we attack every practice the same.
With camp breaking last week, are you back in your own place?
Yeah.
How nice has that been? What was like the one creature comfort that you were most looking for?
My bed. Yeah.
Could you expand on just kind of how on that and on how that transition from camp life to preseason?
Yeah, I'm grateful for the time. Again, it's a grind. It's tough, but it is special. It's definitely formative for us as a team. Us spending all that time together, on the field, off the field, having those days that schedule. Again, being in the same area that we are, same building, same hotel. So all that stuff does. I think it does bring us closer. So I thought it was a really good time for us. It was really beneficial. And then now on the other side of it, although there are certain things that change, it doesn't, we have to make sure we have the same mentality. There's no relax, there's no let up, there's no, it's not all right, now we can chill out during practice. There's no one out here, so it's not as, we have to make sure that we're still, pushing the envelope, make sure we're still giving our best. The rest of the practices throughout the year, there aren't going to be fans out there, so we can't rely on that. We got to bring our own energy, our own juice, make sure we're internally motivated, and we have to keep doing that throughout the year.
Bryce, with Shaq coming off the hamstring injury, you've seen a lot more of Trevin Wallace. I was just wondering what sticks out to you about him from the other side of the line.
Yeah, he's really athletic. He's made some plays throughout camp, made some plays today. He does a really good job, instinctual guy, and how quickly he can decipher stuff, make plays. That athleticism, it really pops on the field. So I'm super excited for him. He works hard. Good guy, good dude in the locker room. So it's been great to watch him develop.
When you're a quarterback and there's an inside or middle linebacker or weak side linebacker who is that athletic and who can make that plays, how dangerous is that for your position because he can kind of catch up speed-wise?
Yeah, it's definitely something you have to be aware of. You have to know, you got to know your players. You got to know, who you're going against, and then, going against Trevin throughout camp, knowing that, windows that may seem big or may seem like it's open, he can get there. He can close them. He can get a hand on the ball. He can go pick the ball off. He can go sideline to sideline really well. I think running running backs and linemen up front will tell you the same thing, knowing who can, play sideline to sideline. So it's definitely something you have to take into account. I'm glad he's on our team for sure. He makes it difficult and on a lot of the things we want to do.
Hey Bryce, Dave was just in here and he said, the offense has pretty much been in. It's been in for about 10 days now. It's just a matter of working off different formations, variations off of that. How do you feel like your understanding of the new offense is, and are you pretty good on everything right now, or is it going to take some time?
Yeah, no, I feel very confident in it. Yeah, we've had stuff in, we've had everything in for a while now, and it's just been getting different reps, having different formations, different criterias for kills and stuff, different intricacies of the play that we've tweaked. But all the stuff we've had is in, which has been great for us. Being able to get through it early. I think the coach did a great job of how they installed stuff, how they presented stuff to us. Obviously, we had OTAs, but during training camp, doing it in a way that is digestible and understandable and good for us to learn, but also allowed us to accelerate and get through it so that we can go back and run in different ways, and then we can get more than one rep at it, and we can not just have it attached to specific days, which I think is great for us learning it, and for myself, just seeing the different, seeing the install and then seeing it come to life. So I think it's been great. I've definitely learned a lot. I feel very comfortable in the offense, so I'm excited to keep growing in it.
How does it play to your strength?
I think that they do a great job of taking what the defense gives, but also dictating the terms of what we want to do. I think we're very, very multiple. It's a good mixture of run, play, pass, drop back, movement, some creative stuff that we do as well. And I think just being able to have different ways to get and attack similar things. I think that's really important. Again, that's something we talk about a lot as a unit, making sure that we can be as we can try to be complex in how we make things happen, but for us, making sure that we're consistent in the stuff we do. And also, there's a lot of defined rules which really help. There's a lot of things that, watching last year, Tampa, obviously, same division, so we watched a lot of the same things. A lot of plays that you're like, man, those are super instinctual, super, niche those. How do they get in that timing? And then hearing it now, there's a lot of rules that define stuff. A lot of versus this look, we're getting to this exact depth, this exact amount of steps, things like that. So just us being able to be on the same page throughout all of that is making a lot of that clear is really helpful for me, helpful for the entire unit. So again, it's exciting for us to continue to build off that.
Having those rules, does it kind of make it not like paint by numbers, but like kind of a cheat sheet to know like this is how I react when this happens, sort of thing? Yeah,
for sure. Obviously we're gonna, their defenses are obviously really good at this level. A lot of different schemes, a lot of different stuff, and you're not always gonna be able to predict what happens, and it's great. There's always gonna be times in the game where you're not 100% sure about something, or there's going to be an unscouted look, and for when that happens, us to have a foundation and structure to fall back on, I think that's super beneficial for us.
What have you seen out of Michael Barrett? He's an undersized guy, other side of the ball, but what's he like to go against?
Yeah, another super hard worker. You could tell he cares how he plays and the effort he has. I think it really shows, and it's huge for us, like you said, especially on that side of the ball. Just that tenacity. For all of us, it speaks big for us as a team. That's who we want to be, and I think he really embodies all that. So it's been great to have him.
Is getting you outside of the pocket, is that part of what makes you more comfortable, or how is that helping?
I think it's again just being multiple and stuff. I pride myself in being able to do everything as a quarterback, making sure that whatever it is that week to week we feel like we're the most comfortable in and is the best for us, that I'm able to do that, and comfortable in doing whatever it takes. But just the way that they're able to utilize the system and the answers we have for things, I think that for me is what's the most encouraging.
You got time for a few more.
Going back to what you were saying about the defined rules, is that not always the case in an offense? Like, what sets this apart? Yeah,
and that's not anything with, there's always gray areas. Throughout my entire life, there's some, there also, there's obviously a gray area, and there's also a balance of, you don't want everything to be, hey, on this play, we're exactly doing this no matter what. You want there to be freedom. You want to make sure that people are able to play free, and I think we have a good mixture of that as well. But there are just some, I think for us, just some base concepts and some root things that we do a good job of defining. And again, that's not, I've had that before, that there's stuff that's happened in the past that are like that. Every offense is works differently, has different belief system, and you've seen a lot of successful offenses that do things different ways. I think for us, just the way that we define stuff right now, I think it's been really clear. The stuff that they've given us freedom on and stuff that they want us to play freely in, I think has been really good, to have as a mix-up. So I think it's just the balance in the way that we do things here that's really been encouraging.
Mechanically, do you feel like there are throws that you are making better than maybe you have in the past, just from working with your trainers outside, just understanding and functioning within the offense, just from a mechanical standpoint?
I'm always trying to improve, always trying to be better. I've been just working to perfect my mechanics, perfect everything in this new system and how to process. So my hope and goal is to always be improving.
Have you learned to slide?
I guess we'll see in the season.